Don't know how long I'm gonna get away with this because my grandson's here. But tonight's a full moon. The slated time is 4:16 a.m. on the 27th, but that means that's tonight's moon because sun rising until right around 7ish. So if I can get through this, I just want to see how the full moon is going to affect. No, not these. Let me do this. I want to see how the full moon is going to affect the signs. So these are the flip side Uno cards. If it comes up on the light side like this, then it means, hold on, I'll get you some more. If it means if it comes up on the light side, that means you're facing the more superficial shit. If it comes up on the dark side, that means there's some hidden components that you might want to take a peek at. So we'll just run through it real quick. So first of all, the moon is in Gemini. Gemini, for me, I tell you, that's the processing point. It's the supercomputer. But it also, most Geminis have a problem with processing things in a sense of duality, which could be the first mistake. So this full moon in Gemini might have you facing things in a sense of duality. And to tie that into the bigger picture, we're in the Sagittarian mode, looking at things from inside of the box, trying to figure out how to get out of the box. When the only thing you're looking at is the box. That can sometimes get you messed up. You need to step outside the box so that you get a fresher perspective. But here's how Gemini can try and process everything that's going on around it without stepping back first. So Gemini, this is the dark side, 7. 7, the number of self-awareness, 2023 is a 7. The whole Gemini energy is probably making you pay more attention to the darker things in your energy, which you'll hear me call all the time trauma processing. A lot of people are not healing themselves, they're only healing their traumas here. You're just trying to fix the experiences or fix the choices that keep showing you the same cycle of experiences. So overall, this Gemini energy is basically showing you your Phoenix cycles. It's just showing you the darker side of what you're calling yourself. But what you hear me say all the time is you are not your traumas. You are not the totality of your experiences, or you're not the summation of your experiences, but you are the totality of your choices. This one will make you pay more attention to your experience. So the Gemini energy is going to have an effect on all signs. We'll start with Aries first. Got you going in circles. This is the ultimate skip card right here. Woo, Aries. I'm born an Aries, so I'm going to say, woo, Aries. Because this one says everything gets skipped except for you. In a sense, that's a gift. The only thing that you need to be facing, remember I told you this Gemini energy is going to have you looking at the darker aspects of yourself. This one says you need to skip everything that's going on and look within. You need to be the circle. The only thing breaking that circle is you. You need to be accountable for everything that you're allowing into your energy. The big thing with that, Aries, is in getting rid of everything else, don't have a fire sale. Get it? Aries is a fire sign. Stop trying to burn off everything and everybody else is responsible for what's going on when that's likely not the issue. So from Aries, we go to Pisces. Pisces bit to some more of that dark energy. This is the, reversal card. It's still a call to go within, but the danger with going in reverse is giving too much energy into the past. So don't go in reverse. Sit still and figure out how to go forward. You understand that? Stop backing up. Stop going backwards. Sit still and then figure out what's ahead and then figure out what's going on within me before I make a decision, because sometimes going forwards is backwards. And a lot of people can attest to that. That ain't just a Taurus function. That's people who keep doing the same thing, basically hiring new people to do the same job that they keep firing everybody else for. The only thing in common is them. So from there, we go to Gemini itself. Gemini, I already said, the Gemini major energy says you're going to have to look at yourself. You're going to have to look at the darker aspects, your shadow aspects. Here is how that shadow aspect of Gemini moon is going to affect the Gemini sign. That's a 9. That's a 9. It is, look what's controlling me. But with most Geminis, since I said that they are the processing point, they're probably looking at what they think they can control. Gemini, if you're looking at self-awareness, the whole key word was self. I need to be aware of myself, and I need to have understanding for what I'm trying to control, and I need to have awareness of what's trying to control me. So this is an ultimate accountability card. 9, my highest vibrations. If I want to stay at my highest vibrations, I should not have to control anything. A lot of y'all need to learn that. Real talk. Again, hi, if you're new to me, we are all signs. You were just born in placements and trees and transits and all the other shit that you can glamorize and make sense of why you keep going through fuck shit until you get tired of fucking yourself. When you get tired of fucking yourself, you're going to look at the whole picture and remember, holy shit, it was all me. What I think I can control and what I think was controlling me is the issue. Control is the dirty word. Mastery is the dirty word. You should not master anything. You should just be aware of it all. Because energetically, whenever you're mastering something, something has to be enslaved. Whether that's knowledge, whether that's a people, whether that's a place, it don't matter. In order to conquer and dominate something, something has to go into a state of submission. So Gemini, I don't need to worry about controlling nothing. I don't need to worry about what's controlling me. I just need to have the dirty word, awareness. 7, awareness. So from Gemini, I'm going to figure out what's going on in Cancer. Oh, once I figure out that I was the sickness, then holy shit, I can see the real 7. This is yellow. This is power. I can see what I've been giving my energy to, because what I keep giving my energy into is going to become me. Whatever I keep giving my energy into is going to become me. So Cancer, if I want to figure out what's really sick out here, I got to start with me. What I'll tell you is everything is a reflection of you and your healing or your sickness. So if I'm trying to find out what's healed out here, I better have the healing within me. If I want to find out what's sick out here, I better be aware of the sickness within me. The problem is nowadays is a lot of y'all motherfuckers know the sickness in you and you love it. You'll make 985 excuses for why you won't make any change in the bullshit that you tell yourself and the bullshit cycles that you live out every day, and then wonder why nothing else gives you peace. If you won't stop breaking yourself, don't expect peace from anything else. It's just a reflection. It's only going to show you a broken energy. So Cancer is, I have to heal me first. My self-awareness has to start with in what I am empowering. Because if I'm only empowering the things that are pulling me apart, I did it to myself. Holy shit, we go into Leo. I did it to myself. Leo is the sun, what you give life to, or what you get life from. So the Gemini energy, in the sense of processing the darker shit, what are you giving your light to? Oops. Danger. Danger on danger. Red, root chakra. Fight or flight. The skip card right here, in the sense right there, is I'm not giving my power to anything. The issue with that is when you're in seeker mode, for Leo, is I'm not giving my power. I want everything to give its power to me. There's a lot. Remember, we'll always say Leo has ego issues. Everything has to be about them. Sometimes that's a dangerous thing. You don't want everything to be about you. I want what's about me to be about me, but I better be about myself. So the danger right here is if you're wanting everything else to show you its light, when holy shit, you were the sun, fake as fuck. But that'll lead you into Virgo, out here in cyclic energy. Bambi, the deer in the headlights. So this processing energy of working on your shadow self, so to speak, which is a trick. Working on your shadow self in Virgo energy will try and show you your attachments that have your highest vibration. That's another 9. Green. Green is the heart chakra. The heart is a vessel of attachment. It is not the center for love. It is the center for attachment. It is a center for the processing of an energy called love, loads of vast energy, but it is not the center for love. Love is an awareness. So right here, what are my attachments? What are the things I'm giving value to? What are the things I'm placing expectations on? And in the sense of tying this into the bigger reading where it's about working on your shadows, Virgo, if you're only attached to the things that have already killed your vibrations and now you're trying to learn to keep your vibrations higher versus where it made you feel lower, that's an energetic struggle. If somebody takes me through an experience and they've already shown me that they don't mean, it can't even say they don't mean you well. If you go through a situation with somebody and they're just not on your level and you keep going back into it, waiting on it to change, the only thing changing is you. If you go through an experience and you gave your all, but then somebody shitted on you, and now you're going to the next experience and you tell yourself, I'm not going to do that again, you've already killed not only yourself, but the person that you potentially going to give your time and attention to and what you could have had together. Why? Because you carried the trauma where you were not in a reciprocal flow, and you've already told yourself that it can never be there. Trauma bonding. So Virgo, watch out for trauma bonding, because once you get caught in a field of shit, sometimes that's your highest vibration. Hello, planet Earth. Caught in a cycle of harm that we think harm has to come with everything, which means that's where you try and find your balance. And remember, this reading was about the Gemini energy of trying to work on the darker aspects of self. Libra, if I'm only trying to balance the darker aspects of myself, when am I going to honor my light? When am I going to honor my light? I'm probably not. This is a 6 in reverse. This is the traumatic foundation itself. 6 is your foundation. 6 is the shit you call love. I just told you, love is an attachment. So if I'm only honoring the 6, but I think the 6 is my 9, you see that perspective? Yin yang, Libra, I'm only trying to find balance. Trying to find balance with what? The shit that already controlled me. Everything I just got through saying. I'm trying to find balance with the shit that controlled me by making sure that it don't control me, or at least next time I got the upper hand. Energetic struggle. Some of y'all would do well to just sit back, take the L, and produce a W. You get it? When you had an experience that didn't work out for you, take the L and be still. Don't look for the next experience to be a win. Start winning yourself. And then be aware enough not to have expectations in the next experience, but also to be conscious enough to know when to say when. Or else you'll become Scorpio. You'll become Scorpio. If you get out here with a battle of control because you don't have the proper perspective, you're going to still blame everything else, and you're not going to take accountability for yourself. Here goes Scorpio. Turn it all over. See, this card in this deck is flip the deck over, whereas everything was dark, I'm going to make it light. And to be honest, and to do that with this card, whereas Scorpio is going to take it and turn it over, remember, instead of taking it and taking accountability for myself, I'm going to vindictively blame you. Boop, 3. It was the thoughts that I attached to. In the sense of Scorpio in this reading, it was the thoughts that you attached to. See this one? That's a 3. So from Scorpio, we're going to go over to... I'll do Ophiuchus. Remember, I'm telling you, in my system, I include Ophiuchus because after you hit the death energy of Scorpio, you better start making a personal assessment of self. The knowledge that I went through, that's the Ophiuchian energy. So Ophiuchus says, oops, I need to keep pulling until I find whatever color. See what I'm saying? That could be a dangerous thing. I need to keep pulling until I find whatever color meant the most to me. So let's just see. Realistically, let's just say this orange was the one that I gravitated for. So when I'm doing this introspection in the Ophiuchian energy, I am checking myself until I see something that looks like what I want to see. The danger with that is if I'm only looking for my dark and not my light, I'll bypass everything else that didn't fit that that energy. So let's see how many cards it'll take to get to the orange. 1, 2, 3, and boop, 4 in reverse. You're in a trap. But what was in the middle of that trap? You're still in danger, and you're still fighting for control. And holy shit, all I knew was what I had to move. All I knew was that I had to go on a journey to find myself by controlling what I think I went through. But what I went through was only a reflection of the shit that had me in danger until I found the better trap. This is basically going deeper into the rat's cage and finding a room with the cheese. For some of y'all, that's a prize. I'm in the rat's cage, and I found a room that had the cheese, but not the room that let me free. And that's what a lot of people want. You just want bigger space in this system of containment, this matrix, if you will, but you don't want to be free. Oh, well, I'm sorry for you. So from there, you go to Sagittarius, which, holy shit, we're in the Sagittarius sun, and this is a Gemini moon. This Gemini moon says you need to look at the darker shit that you're holding on within yourself, because that might be what you call in your light. So let's see how it affects Sagittarius. That might be what you call in your light. It's your trapped energy. It's the things you're trying to find balance with. And if you're only trying to find balance with the same stuff that got you messed up, why? I don't need to find balance with the things that already did not work out for me. I just need to quit working out with it. Not for it, but with it. I need to just go ahead and understand it was what it was and set that shit free. But in all honesty, am I setting it free, or I'm remaining free for myself? Perspective. Capricorn. Capricorn, the god of thought. And what is this about? Trying to process the thoughts that have shown me the darker sides of me. Realistically, Capricorn should be letting go of anything that puts it into a combative energy, but because Capricorns think that they are so good at combat, they're always the first ones to show up for a fight. Control freaks. Control freaks. Remember, I told you it's the god of thoughts. Here's the three. The thoughts itself. The thoughts run the show. So Capricorn says, if I need to find a way to get into the better sense of me, I need to control the thoughts that I'm thinking. It's a truth. But are you going to control the thoughts that you're thinking that show you struggle, or are you going to be aware of the thoughts that allow you to remain still? Most of them designed for struggle. If it does not have anything of value attached to it, a Capricorn ain't going to pay attention to it. It's almost in a sense a variation of a Leo energy, egoic to a sense. Capricorns are fit for a fight, but when are you going to fit to be still? When are you going to be fit to be still? So from there, we go into Aquarius. Remember, we're trying to find the darker aspects of myself. Aquarius has already separated itself from everything else it think is not going to show it the good shit, but that's still a hiding energy. I'm separated from everything that I think has my dark, but I didn't fix the dark within me. I'm still attached to the struggle. 8, infinity. Forever looking for myself by trying to stay away from the parts of self that will show me. What do you mean the parts of self that will show me? All my experiences, all my choices, everything I give my time. All that shit is a compilation of me. So if I'm giving my time to something that isn't worth me, then holy shit, I might want to check my own value system. You understand that? What you keep attaching to is what's going to put you in struggle and what's going to drive you on that wheel called infinity. So from there, we go into the last one, which we use is Pisces. So trying to face myself in the Gemini energy so that I can get rid of the darker sides, but I've already put myself into total separation. Pisces, 2 fish, trying to figure out which direction is going to be better. Not which direction is going to be better before I move, but I'm going to move in both directions and figure out which one is going to show me. What was the first thing you did? You split yourself before you made movement. And then in splitting yourself and making movement, you wanted to find yourself. Well, even if you find yourself by moving this way, still a piece missing. So this becomes traumatic subscription again. This becomes identification with my trauma, but not identification with my wholeness. So therefore, I will throw 2 cards for this one because it's all about finding which one is me. The Pisces that goes to the left, still trying to find itself. Still trying to find itself by getting rid of the things it's attached to. That's a good motion, but remember, before you go on a search party for something else, you better have awareness of yourself. The other end of Pisces that went the other direction, all he did was move. All he did was move and create more things through movement. So 5 plus 7 becomes 12. 12, the hangman, becomes 3. You just chasing your thoughts, but you didn't chase you. The third option should have been look at both of them fishes and realize that those were just traumatic thought subscriptions in the first place. Those were the rituals. Looking to find myself and always in movement. Be still so I can figure out what is really me. Here potentially as a Pisces, under this Gemini moon, this is potentially you. +1, this is you. You're already in separation. You're already in danger because you're processing yourself and there's already something there that might potentially move you. That is the illusion of separation. Remember, I just told you Pisces sees itself as a fish going in different directions. But if you're one being, how can you be going in different directions at the same time? Unless you've already subscribed to multiplicity. Can't even just say duality. So the problem is you already saw yourself in danger and you're already looking for something else to allow you to be still. And that's true with most Pisces. They are always their worst first enemy. We'll do that. They don't know their own strength, and it's always something that is going to help them or something that's always going to harm them. So let's just see potentially what is that harm. The harm itself. The harm is the potential. The potential for you to put the blame on somebody else instead of holding yourself together is why you keep pulling yourself apart. So overall, you always hear me say you are all of these signs. It's good to know your placements, your trees, your transits, your risings, your houses, and all that other shit. But that shit only works as long as you keep trying to find an excuse for your separation. When you start taking accountability for your wholeness, you'll have to do something more. It's just plain and simple. You have to do something more. You'll have to start addressing yourself from wholeness. You have to understand that the only thing you're giving your power to is what keeps moving you. But if the only thing that moves me is me, then am I moving at all? That's a contrarian conundrum. If I'm sitting still and I'm only giving my time and attention to the things that are bearing a reciprocal value of energy, don't require me to have all these attachments and traumas and shit, then vibrationally, I'm really sitting still. Too many of you, and I saw this a little while ago, and I started to comment, but not my circus, not my monkeys. Somebody said something about it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's not the destination, but it's a journey. If you don't know that where you are journeying to, the destination is a minefield, the journey could be fun, but you're already dead when you get there. You better know where you're going. You better know where you're going, and more importantly, like I taught y'all on that fucking Phoenix Firewheel grid all year long, is you better know why. The perspective of why I'm investing my energy into any and everything has to be the key, or else I'm just going to end up in a bunch of traumatic experiences that become the me after I've already expended my light. Me after I've already expended my light is me and my shadows. So make a choice, resonance only, but ignorance always. Happy full moon. It's tonight at 4:16 a.m. in the middle of the night. Tonight is the peak of the full moon. So while it was appearing full last night, it'll appear full again tonight, which the peak is before sunrise, and then tomorrow night is still classified as a full moon. Full Beaver moon. Stop damning yourself though. Wholeness.